Happy Monday, Flosstube. Here we are again on a Monday. My name's Caroline and welcome to my channel. There's snow on the ground outside and there's been snow for the last week, which has been really nice because it was green and yucky for quite a while. So it's really nice to have that nice bit of snow outside. Makes me always feel a little bit more cozy inside. I'm wearing my shawl today. This is my Meet Me in the Middle shawl by Katya Gorbacheva, and I'll be showing this off, you can bet your bottom dollar, on the recording of the Fiber Friends podcast this Friday. So I love it. I love it. It's a little smaller than I'd expected it would be, but it's just enough for my shoulders. Keep me nice and warm. It's nice. I'm pleased with how it turned out. Okay, so my very first order of business today is to share some really good news with you. You may, if you followed along with the Flosstube episodes in December, you will be well aware of the fact that myself and Patty Brake were raising money for Beagle Paws, which is a rescue organization out in St. John's, Newfoundland. And Patty finally got some numbers from them. And I am thrilled and incredibly pleased to announce that Flosstube, everyone who donated to Beagle Paws Rescue, we raised $1,450 for Beagle Paws Rescue. So I think that's pretty fantastic. I'm pretty pleased with that. And thank you so very much. It was a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see what we do next Flossmas. All right, we are now going to move right into our Because Monday giveaway because we had a, oh, hang on a second. I'll go and get it so I can show it to you again. Okay, so this is a sweatshirt kit, I should say, done by Primitive Gathering. And it's one where you provide the sweatshirt yourself and then you applique these wool pieces onto it. So this was last week's giveaway. And I can tell you, I'm sending this out in memory of Audrey. And if you've watched last week's episodes, you'll know who Audrey is and why this is a bit special for us. And my friend Kathy donated this. And Audrey had made one, Kathy had made one, a few others of my friends had made them. This picture does not do it justice at all. It's way cuter in person. And comment number 7 of 38, Nanette McDougall, congratulations, the random number generator chose your comment and you are the lucky recipient of the Wool Applique Backyard Quilts Sweatshirt Kit. So please send me your information and I will get this in the mail to you. Congratulations! So I think you're really going to love it. That leads me to today. Because it's Monday, we need to have another giveaway. Oop, just out of reach. Okay, so today's giveaway is just a little snippet. There's your clue. It's a Lizzie Kate winter basket snippet. So this is the draw for today because it's Monday. Today feels like a more Monday than most Mondays. I'm not sure why. I'm in a pretty good mood, but it's felt today like I've been just slow at everything. I'm slow at getting this video done. I'm slow at my work today. I'm slow. So I think I need another cup of coffee and maybe to put a bit of pep in my hustle and my bustle, as it were. All right, so that takes care of the draw from last week and the new draw for this week. So let's get right to my whips. I have some stitching to share with you today. You may remember I am trying to concentrate on 3 stitching projects per month, and those 3 projects will change on the last Sunday of the month. Well, I'm going to decide what projects they are and announce them for myself and for high tea on the last Sunday of the month. But I'm actually not going to switch to those projects until the next rollover of the month. So February 1st will be the actual date that I switch my projects. So those 3 projects that I'm working on concentrating on 2 large and 1 medium or small piece. And then if I finish the medium or small during the month, then I get to add in another one that's already in progress. I'm really trying hard to concentrate on whips and not new starts this year. No hard and fast rules. So my first project is my medium to small project, and I chose to start with, because I really want to finish this particular part, it's the Ginger Gerald Designs Stories of the North Part 1. I have Part 2. Part 3 is about to be released soon, I believe. Gerald, let us know. And I am not counting these as new starts because all together they are going to make one project. I'm going to turn all 5 of his designs into one wall hanging. I already have the place picked out for it at the cottage. I already have the fabric picked out for it that I want to use, and I can see it in my head, and it's beautiful. So I really want this done. So this is the picture of the finished design. So you can see there, it's got 2/2 and 1/1 stitching in it. The blueberries are 1/1, and as well as the little blueberries flowers down in there, and then the rest is 2/2. And I think it's just beautiful. And here is where, oh, let me get something to put behind it. Here is where I'm at. So it's coming along. I've finished most of the water. I only have a few more stitches of light blue, and then the water will be complete. And I also finished the large flower motif up here. I didn't spend very much time on it. It's my piece that I work on if I have to take stitching somewhere. And so I figured little bits and pieces here and there will complete it nicely this month. So love it. Love it. The floss that I'm using are the Victorian Motto sampler flosses that came with the kit that I put together last summer from my cottage that I sold through Evertote, and the 2 that I chose were Caroline Calm and 6 a.m. Sky. So those are my flosses. And really, you can use, Gerald provides the DMC colors that you can use for his design, and they're lovely. I know Glenn Tinsley just recently shared her finished version on the Friday Off the Grid Facebook group, and it's really a sweet pattern. I can't wait to finish mine. So, time to do it. Okay, next up, we have my 2 big pieces. So I'm going to start with the one that I did less work on from the last time you've seen it. So this is a Rosewood Manor piece called Corners and Curves. That's what the design is going to look like when it's done. Also included in this pattern is this welcome sign, and I have completed this and shared pictures of this before. I need to get it framed for sure. So the one thing that's really surprising about this, and I'm using all of the called for threads, the picture does not do the color of the threads and the combination of them together. It doesn't do them justice. And what I've done is I've taken some video clips of my large scale projects. So my progress that I'm going to share with you, I've taken little separate videos of it so that I could actually zoom in and really get a nice shot of the stitching for you. I hope that the colors are okay. I actually haven't watched the footage yet. The footage, it's very professional, isn't it? Anyways, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know how true to life the color is, but if it's pretty close, then I'll edit in some words during the clip so that you know how close it is. But the colors in here, they really work well together. Karen Kluba of Rosewood Manor, the designer behind Rosewood Manor, I love everything that she does. And chances are if she's put together a color palette, I'm probably really gonna love it. Even though I look at the picture and go, meh, not so much. And then you do a floss toss and you start pulling the flosses off the wall and you put them together and you think, oh yeah, this is really good. And the welcome sign, I did mine on a natural colored linen instead of a white. And for me, that was just a personal preference. And I loved it. I love it. It's one of the favorite things I've ever stitched, actually. So, okay, so now I will insert a little video footage of where I'm at with my progress with corners and curves. So, right here. So here's where I am so far. I completely finished that motif in the far right bottom corner, and then moved my way over and started finishing the berries and branches in this second motif here. I also replaced the gold, the called for gold, and I'm much happier with that color. I think it stands out on the fabric a lot better. So I already have a plan for when I run out, because I know I will. I only have one skein, and this is 2/2 on a 28 count linen, natural linen. I know I'm not going to have enough, so I'm already looking at substitutions in DMC, and so I'm going to start subbing in one length, you know, a length of thread of DMC in with the overdyed cotton to make it stretch a little further. So this is now on my floor frame. I've replaced Dido on my floor frame with this, and I will probably concentrate more heavily on this piece over the next 2 weeks, because I know that I just said I was going to try and go over to the right on Dido, but I'm pretty pleased with the progress that I've made so far, and I'd really like to see some substantial progress on this piece as well before the end of the month when I switch projects. So this is where I'm going to start concentrating moving forward from today. Very exciting. Pretty cool, right? I love it. And I just realized that I've done these out of order. I've done these out of order because when I filmed the little video clips, I filmed the Dido clip first, and then I filmed the corners and curves. So you're gonna hear me say at the end of this Dido video something, it'll make sense when you hear it. They're out of order, but that's okay. This is Flosstube. I don't need to worry about how professional my footage is. Okay, so Dido Sampler Cove is the one piece that I have really been focusing on, especially in the last 4 days. I took a bit of time off this weekend to spend with my family and just relax, and we had a wonderful weekend. You know, we watched TV. I've mentioned before that I'm a huge fan of MasterChef Australia. We still have not finished last season's show because we rarely have time to sit down together and watch it, but neither of us is allowed to watch it without the other person. So it takes us like almost a whole year to get through a season. I think we're in the top 10 now. We're in the top 10 of MasterChef Australia. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to say anything because it's a fabulous show. I mean, it is so good. So good. So much fun. So we watched a few episodes this weekend and I worked on Dido. Here's what it's going to look like when it's finished, sort of, because I changed out the colors. So my colors are a little different. You'll see. And I think you've seen it before if you've been watching the Friday Off the Grid. So, isn't it beautiful? Those motifs, I love them so much. You know, when this one here, when you stitch it, you think, oh, that's not in the right place, because it is out of kilter with these little motifs down here. But then when you add in the border around it, it makes sense. You think, aha, that works. I love it. Okay, so I'll insert a short little video clip right here of my progress. So as you can see, I've made some pretty decent progress over the weekend. I'm pretty pleased. It's coming along beautifully. At least it was until I was working away on this section here and realized that I made a little mistake here. So I have to rip back this little section here and restitch that because it's not correct at the moment. As you can see, it does not match the long curve of this one, and I shortened it up a little bit too much. Just a little mistake there. So it is coming along beautifully. I'm using a 40 count white linen and my own color conversion, Gentle Arts, Grape Arbor, and what's the other one? What's the name of the other one? Old Hickory. I knew that. So just a really enjoyable stitch, and it's so nice to finally be able to see some progress. So let's see what it looks like next Monday. Hopefully we'll have worked where I'll have worked my way across the bottom. Fingers crossed. See? I can actually stitch when I put my mind to it. And thank you very much, Ginger Gerald. I'm not always a slow stitcher. Sometimes, when I have some time, my needle can fly just like yours. So, I am extremely pleased with my progress, and I hope to have some more next weekend. Okay, so that's it for whips. I don't have any show and tell today because I haven't finished anything other than some bags that I've made for the shop. So Evertote is my small project bag business on Etsy, and you can find it www.evertote.com, and there's always a link in the drop down box below. I have not put any new bags in the shop for a while. Last week I finished up all of the pre-orders for the chickadee bags and the Knights and Dragons. I have one Knights and Dragons bag left. I have one of the Knights and Dragons sets left. I think you can see it for the most part. It's adorable and hilarious. I think it's really funny. And I like that I paired it with these little dragons. The Knights need their dragons. And then it comes with a matching Notions pouch. That was the only bag of the pre-orders that didn't sell. And it's made, it's ready to go. It's in the shop. That's it. Okay. Other than that, I am working on a few other things. I'm going to have a nice big shop update next week. So either Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. I'm going to have lots of new bags to load into the shop. I will probably also do a small extra video midweek so that I can share the bags with you up close and in person so that you can actually really get a good idea of what the colors are and the design, the pattern design, and the construction of the bag. Maybe not the inside of the bag. I'm not going to take one apart, but I've got one right here I can show you. So there's no exposed seams on the inside. And I use quilt batting. So they're squishy and soft. I once had a lovely customer, and I can't remember who, but it was one of the nicest compliments I've ever received on the bag, and she said that my bags were, she really loved my bags. She loved using them for her projects because they felt like a hug. They felt like a giant hug for her projects. And that's kind of sweet because they're nice and soft. But they're still sturdy enough. As you can see, that one up there, that's a wedge tote, and they are capable of, standing when they've got the boxed bottom. So they're not all floppy and loosey-goosey. So it's a quilt batting on the inside, fully finished, hidden seams, top stitched. If there's anything else you want to know about them, let me know. Ask me any questions. I do my best to answer everything that I see if I get to it. I am a one-woman band here, so if I miss something and you don't receive an answer from me, feel free to send it again. I apologize if I've missed anything that anybody said or asked or anything like that. Please just ask again. I really try hard. I really do my best. So yeah, look for a shop update next week. Wednesday or Thursday. I'll do my best. But I can tell you I'm going to have a big weekend ahead of me with lots of beautiful fabrics, and I'm kind of excited. Okay, that's it for me. My flute choir ladies are going to be here in the next 5 minutes, and I should probably run a little dust mop over the floor and pick up the little tumbleweeds from our golden retriever before they arrive. So happy stitching, happy Monday, and I will see you on Friday for Friday Off the Grid Stitch with me. Have a great week.